Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fifth episode of This Is My Angle. Now, I know that last time that I didn't upload, I said that I was going to do a multiple upload weekend. And unfortunately, that just didn't pan out. Family got the stomach bug, and that's something I don't really wish on anybody. So let's just leave it at that. I promise I'm going to upload every week for a year, or at least the equivalent of the amount of videos of uploading every single week for about a year. Today on This Is My Angle, I, James Angley, am going to talk about something that not only do I think is important, but something that I actually practice myself. It's something I've been doing for years. I didn't even think much into it. And, I just noticed a lot of people called me out all the time for, why are you always in jeans? Why are you always wearing pants? Why don't you get in sweatpants? And why are you not wearing gym shorts all the time? This topic is called Get Dressed Every Day. I wake up every single morning and I put on some regular clothing. There's something about the process of getting out of loungewear and getting into actual street clothing, presentable clothing. And no, I don't think that basketball shorts are presentable. I don't think that wearing pajamas in public is presentable. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. I just personally don't like it. And I'm going to get into some of the reasons why this is useful, some of the reasons why this may be helpful. If you're somebody that has depression, somebody that just has trouble getting motivated doing stuff, this might help you. I've stumbled upon a few things during the research onto why I do this. I was really just kind of looking for answers for why I am the way I am. I learned some things and I'm going to share it with you. So let's get into it. And again, I got my notes. Let's talk about some things here. All right, look, let's just get into it. Let's talk about the benefits of getting dressed every single day. There is a mental boost of productivity that goes on there. When you are telling your brain, I am switching from rest time to productivity time, rest to work. And I'm not talking about, oh, you got to get up, you got to get dressed, you got to start working instantly. I'm not one of those hustle culture motivator type people. I think there's a lot of good things that come from that culture, but I'm not one of those people. And what I'm telling you is getting dressed will motivate you every single day. You wake up, you get out of your PJs, you get into some presentable clothing, and that boosts your productivity. I am telling you, it is going to happen. When you put on those clothes, your brain is going to get out of that slump. If you continue to stay in PJs, you continue to sit around all day and not put on some jeans, not put on a t-shirt, like I mentioned, we're talking about getting dressed here. You're telling your brain, I'm not ready for the day. And it's going to snowball into more negative things. You need to get dressed every single morning. Any of you who have ever seen that speech that Admiral did, Admiral McRaven, I believe is his name, where he talks about making your bed in the morning. This is that speech. I am just nowhere near as eloquent as that guy. And this is nowhere near as difficult as making your bed in the morning. Leave your bed messed up for all I care. Get up in the morning, get some pants on that, are not PJs, get a shirt on, and get ready for the day. Look presentable, look clean. I think it's just something that's so simple. Now, this, I'm telling you, is going to improve your self-esteem. It's going to put you in a place where you feel like you're ready for the day. You're ready for whatever's coming at you. When I was doing the research for this, I also came across something called enclothed cognition, which is something I've never heard of. And honestly, it sounds made up, but if you Google it, I promise you it exists. Enclothed cognition is basically the theory that wearing certain clothes make you feel more productive, make you feel smarter, make you feel more capable or more relaxed, depending on what you're putting on. So think about it. The example that's always given is a doctor putting on their doctor coat. They're feeling smarter. They're feeling more capable. This is just another example of how clothes affect your mental well-being. And just by getting dressed in the morning, you're going to be getting ready for your day and you're going to feel better about doing it. Now, there's some things that you can do to help with this. A lot of people, they get decision paralysis, we'll call it. And they look at their wardrobe and they think, oh my God, I got this giant closet with 20,000 different things. What am I going to wear today? What am I going to experience today? I got something that'll help with that. There's something called a capsule wardrobe. A capsule wardrobe is something where you're really cutting down on the total amount of stuff that you have. There's less items that you have. You want to stick to the basics. Stick to things that you know are going to go with multiple outfits. You have shirts that go with multiple pants. You have pants that go with multiple shirts, pants that go with multiple pairs of shoes. You're giving yourself more options, knowing that if you just grab any smattering of clothing from there, you're probably going to put an outfit together that's pretty much presentable. So you want to develop a capsule wardrobe. I mean, the good thing about this is you can tailor it to your own personal style and you could make it into something that's really you without having to do too much. And you know, from a mindfulness standpoint, we could just talk about mindful consumption. Let's limit how much junk you have. Take your closet from this, bring it down to this, make it a much more concise thing. And with that, you have less items and you think that, oh man, I'm not going to be prepared for as many events, but you're really just cutting down on the amount of junk that you have. And with having less stuff, I recommend you buy higher quality items, something that's going to last longer. I've recently got into this because I was somebody who, and honestly, I still have trouble with it, hates spending money on clothing. But if you're buying high quality stuff, you're spending that money once and you're not having to worry about it later for years and years and years. Buy once, cry once. That's the old adage that they always used to say. I have an LL Bean shirt that I know 15 years from now, I'm still going to have. I can put that next to this Kohl's shirt that I bought not too long ago, unfortunately. And I could tell that the shirt is twice as thick and the buttons are sewed on twice as good. And it's just such a sturdier shirt. I wear it outside working in the yard. I wear it to Thanksgiving. It looks good in every situation, whether you're out in the woods or whether you're inside taking a picture with your wife and kids. There is just something to be said about buying quality stuff. And because it's more expensive, you're going to buy less of it. Unless you got gobs of money, then we'll not even worry about this. You could just click off of this right now and go to a different video. I'm not one of those people, and I'm sure that most of us aren't. So with a capsule wardrobe, a general theory that you want to have is a 70-30 split. 70% neutrals and essentials, basics, 30% trendy stuff. Let's not get so sick of our wardrobe that we don't care about it at all. Let's get some things that you want in there that you actually really like. I mean, I have some shirts that, you know, I just normally wouldn't wear, and that is what it is. So 30% of those versus the 70% of stuff that I'm going to wear everywhere, that is where the difference gets made. I recommend you start working something like this up. I think I subconsciously started doing this a long time ago. I got really tired of trying to figure out what outfits I'm going to wear. And I just started wearing jeans and a white t-shirt. And man, that's been going on since high school until now. And as much as it's silly to just talk about wearing jeans and a white t-shirt, I'll tell you what, I don't feel out of place in about 90% of the places that I go to because it's a very basic outfit that everyone can wear and everyone could look decent in. I'm not going to wear it to a wedding, obviously, but jeans and a white t-shirt is so simple, yet so clean that you don't have to worry about it. So that's what I was doing forever. I basically looked at the outfit that Shaggy was wearing in Scooby-Doo, where he had brown pants and a green shirt. And I was like, man, that looks like a real easy way to start your morning if you already have everything selected. So that's sort of the road I went. And I don't care if you make fun of me. That's how it works out. And Look at Steve Jobs. He wore a black turtleneck forever because, you know, he's a genius and couldn't be bothered with making decisions like what to wear every morning. Another part of this that comes into it, and another theory for how this could be laid out, something that might make it easier on you, is there's a rule called the 5-4-3-2-1 rule. Now, for men, this means 5 tops, 4 bottoms, 3 shoes, 2 layers like outerwear, and then 1 accessory. I changed it up a little bit. So they say 5 tops, you know, you got shirts, you got light sweaters, polos, button downs, things like that. That's fine. 4 bottoms, jeans, chinos, shorts, trousers, whatever you got. That I'm okay with. The 3 pairs of shoes thing, what they usually recommend is like a pair of sneakers for walking or running. You got a dressier shoe or boot, and sandals or casual shoe. All of those work pretty well. Anybody who's seen my previous videos, I'm a huge fan of Bluntstones. There we go. Not even sure if that's in frame, but Bluntstones are a great way to dress up, dress down. I wear these to, you know, on sites at work. I wear these when I'm out in the yard, you know, trimming trees or digging holes. It doesn't matter. I wear these everywhere. They kind of fit in that mold of casual shoe and dressy shoe in a nice little way. I mean, obviously, I don't think I'm going to wear these things to like a tuxedo wedding, that's for sure. But I wouldn't be afraid to wear them to a barn wedding. It's a good looking boot and it goes good with everything. So stuff like that, where you can have so many different uses for it, I recommend you keep going. So again, 3 pairs of shoes, pretty solid. I got these. I got a pair of sneakers. I do have some bean boots, like LL Bean, like duck boots, just for outerwear. And then I do have some, you know, like a pair of dress shoes that's just pretty basic. I think you could cover 99% of situations with those right there. Number 2 is layers, outerwear. So they talk about in the one article I was reading, blazer, denim jacket, hoodie. I have basically all of these things. I'm going to cut blazer out of this, and we'll get to that in a second. I do have blazers, but do as I say, not as I do. I have a denim jacket. It's just like a regular tan canvas jacket that I actually waxed, and I love the look of that. I obviously have a hoodie. I'm not a psychopath. I have a Barber jacket, which is another one of those items that could be worn out in the rain, could be worn working out in the fields, and it could also be worn in a pretty nice restaurant. So I recommend things like that. That's perfect for the 2 layers of outerwear. But then the last one is 1 accessory. That is from this article where they talked a lot about an accessory like a belt, a watch, a sunglasses, hat. I just think everybody has that stuff. Let's not get bogged down by that. I do think you can get to a point where you have too much of that junk, and I've gotten to that. I've had too many hats. My wife will tell you I still do. I had too many watches. I'm slowly trying to dwindle that down. Sunglasses, hats, stuff like that. Like you just get too much. I really want to swap out this one with a suit. Get a good fitting suit. A good fitting suit that's not expensive is way better than a junky fitting suit that costs $1,000 than your Armani suit that doesn't fit you well. I promise you, it's way better. I kind of want to call out somebody in this, and I've talked about James Pumphrey in the past, but if you could take a look, and I'll drop a link for it below. He's got a video out that a lot of the clothing styles he has is not what I love, but he really breaks down a good method called the 3-3-3 method that I would love for you guys to check out. Take a look at that video there. And remember, let's keep this simple. Shower, get dressed every day, and get out there. You never know what's going to happen that day. You could be sitting at home wearing sweatpants and whatever nonsense. Somebody comes into your house, one of your friends stops by and says, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe it. Your absolute favorite celebrity just got a flat tire right down the street. What are you going to do? Run out there with your Cookie Monster pajamas? No, you're already in jeans. You're already in a t-shirt. You got a belt on. All you got to do is throw those boots on and run back out there. I know that that is a crazy thing to think about, but I think that if you're ready for the day, I think this is a perfect opportunity for you to use that, what you've learned from this, and get out there and get going. Again, my name's James Angley. This is My Angle. Welcome to the channel. Like, subscribe, click that bell, get the notifications, and I'll see you on the next one.